So, how do young ladies choose the short term fling guys and the long term relationship type of guys? What what is it that they look for in men that differentiates them, that a woman will look at a guy and be like, yeah, he would be good for short term, aka a fling, aka a one night stand, aka a situationship, no matter how what you feel about it, right? No matter the moral feelings you have about it, because we got to face it, this is a natural human instinct, right? It's in both men and women. You feel me? When you look at a young lady that you find attractive, you're going to start thinking some provocative thoughts. You're going to think some very provocative thoughts. No different than how women act or how they think. They do look at men that have certain characteristics. Now, this is nuanced. It's very nuanced. We're all humans. We're not something that's static that can be like A or B, right? There's, things in between the nuances. But for the most part, women look for certain characteristics, certain physical traits, certain mannerisms that they would deem the guy as a short term, or would deem them a person that they would have a fling with, a one night stand, and then the guy that they would more likely make long term, or they would make this guy the dreaded friend zone we keep hearing about, save him for later, things of that nature. And I'm gonna get into it. This is Tarik Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. Let's discuss it. So the thing about it is, this isn't concrete. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is it's interchangeable, meaning guys that a woman might look at as fling material, she does not mind making him her boyfriend or husband, things of that nature in the future. Okay. In the future. I'm not saying that this is like something that's set in stone. Like, oh yeah, he's in this category forever. Like, oh, he's in a short-term fling situationship, whatever the hell, one night stand forever, and he can never be a husband or anything like that. It's just more than likely, that she's gonna put him in that category. So we're gonna talk about the guy that she would deem as more of a relationship type of guy from the get-go, from the very jump. What she's thinking about is stability. What she's thinking about is finances. What she's thinking about is everything other than sexual attraction, everything other than mating. So all the social constructs, okay, all the social constructs. This is the category where I would like to say that societal societal norms or monetary needs come before the natural needs, come before the natural human needs. This is what kind of I would classify this as. And like I said, there's physical phenotypes, physical things that a woman sees, and personality types, such as maybe he's a little bit out of shape. Okay. Hate to say it. I hate to say it. I'm not saying for my bigger guys. I know what you're gonna say. Oh man, I done got it in with chicks and that and this. Yes, I do believe that. I'm not saying that every single guy that's a bit out of shape, that has extra pounds on them, that's a little more on the higher fat percentage. And when I say higher, I don't mean like 10%. Some of y'all go insane with these body percentages, like 3%. And, even 5%, if you're 5%, more power to you. That is great. But in my humble opinion, in my personal opinion, you do not need to be that low. It is not that serious. If you are 5%, more, like I said, more power to you. That's great, but that's like overboard. Okay. When I say excessive, I mean visibly. I mean either skinny fat, meaning these are the type of guys that have a big old belly and skinny arms, or just overall out of shape. Okay. The See, the thing about it is, with how human nature works, right? We see certain things and they indicate certain things. It's like symbolism. Let's take you know, you see a yellow sign, that triangle with the exclamation point on it. What does that mean? That's a symbol. That is a symbol for danger or caution. When you see that, it your brain automatically adds, interprets it. It's like a signal to you. And that was kind of a bad analogy there that I use, because it's not really de- de- it's not really defining what I'm trying to say here. But you guys kind of get it. When you see something, there's usually some kind of signifier to it. Like if a woman sees a guy that's a little more pudgier, a little more softer, features are a little more softer. The black pill guys, y'all are gonna have a field day when I say this, but not so fast, because there are things that are gonna follow afterwards. So don't cream your pants yet. Pause. Now, a more rounded type of face, okay? A more rounded, more feminine type of face, okay? Meaning what? Meaning there's a little more fat covering his face, okay? Meaning there's a little more fat covering his face. It's a little more pudgier. It's soft looking. It's more on the feminine side, right? I'm not saying that the chin has to be super chiseled, has to be looking like the crimson chin, like his damn chin, like he could carve a statue out of his damn chin. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying his chin has to look like that, but when you have excess weight, it shows on your face, especially for some guys. Now, I'm not saying that just because your face is round that you're more likely to be seen as I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if this larger face, more round face accompanies more of a softer type of build, meaning, hey, you kind of got curves, pause, like a woman would have because of all that excess body weight. Okay. And I'm gonna get to that on the fling type of guy in a minute, about the whole, you know, being in shape and how it's gonna shape your body. Okay. So that's the physicality part. Now the personality aspect of it is, hey, look, this guy is gonna be a little more on the softer side. He's gonna be a little more on the softer side. The thing that women look for when they want short term, when they want flings, is a guy that's a little more masculine, okay? A little more masculine, even with the way that he acts, right? Even with the way that he acts. And unfortunately, some young ladies have a warped sense of masculinity because they never really seen the positive aspect of it. So that's why they go for guys that are a little more douchey when we're talking about one night stands. But even with that, that could be one reason. Another reason is that they really don't see too many guys with that kind of assertive behavior or assertive personality. So the guy that's a little more softer, he's a little more patient with her, and he's a little more forgiving, and he's very generous in excess. He kind of borders, he really tiptoes around her feelings and stuff like that. Not saying that you should be a complete a-hole, but he is the guy that's very generous, the guy that's very forgiving of her. If the chick flakes on him a billion times, he's still gonna be super duper nice and text her a billion times. Oh, this is the type of guy, generally, okay, generally, this seen as, hey, look, I'm gonna make this guy wait long term. Now let's get into the short term guy, the the Chad. Oh God, I pissed my own self off saying that damn word. I know all you got. Yeah, Chad. Chads are the guys who get the girls, man. But you don't necessarily have to be a Chad. The guys that usually get short term uh experiences with young ladies are men that exhibit more masculine features. I mean, it's as simple as that. Women are more uh, prone to engaging in this type of activity when the guy is more masculine looking, when he is more solid looking. Let's get to the face. Let me get this shit out of the way real quick before you black pillars go in a frenzy. Okay. Now, what did I say in the beginning? That being out of shape is going to greatly influence the way you are shaped, obviously. Obviously, when you are more lean, your face is going to adjust to that. It might not be, everyone has different head type. I got a long ass head. Okay. My head long as I got an oval ass head. You know, or a rectangular ass head. Okay. I'm not saying that it's just because how super chiseled your jaw is and stuff like that. But you know, that shape, that lean, that not leanness, but solidness all across the body, the solidness of how you look, the more stronger type. A lot of guys have that, not a lot of guys, but guys that are more solid, not really super duper muscular, but they're solid. They have that solid mass to them. That signifies masculinity. That is very masculine. A woman that is built like how a man is, that is solid muscle, is usually not attractive. That is usually not something that we are attracted to. As a matter of fact, we might be attracted to women that have a little bit more on the waist, a little more curvier, a little more softness. Why? Because that is opposite to what masculinity is femininity. So it's the same way with young ladies. They look for that guy that is solid. When they touch him, they feel muscle. When they look at him, he looks strong, or he looks like a man, you know, he's not out of shape. And a lot of a lot of guys that are out of weight, out of shape, believe it or not, a large not a large, but one of the reasons why women would probably not find him as as suitable for intimacy off rip, right? Because I was talking about how young ladies look at men for unnatural things first, such as socioeconomic need, just societal norms and stuff like that. Then they look at him for intimacy. But this type of guy, the guy that's solid, he's looked at as intimate first. He's looked at in a natural way. And the thing that I was saying was, believe it or not, guys that have a little more fluff, that have a high percentage of body fat, what do they usually have? They have man boobies. They have more curves, right? Pause. They have more softness. They're very soft. All that indicates sort of what you would attribute to a young lady. I know some of my guys out there like them chubby chicks. You feel what I'm saying? So that softness is more attributed to a woman. So that's why it's not very pleasing to the eye. And if a young lady could have her pick, she would most likely, I would say 8 out of 10, 80% of the time, choose a guy that has a solid, strong build. If anything, a guy that has a few extra pounds on him but still looks solid. Not notice I said still looks solid, because there's guys out there that are husky. It's called husky, stocky, whatever you want to call it, that are bigger, that have, more mass, but they're still solid. It's not all soft and kind of like how football, what a linebacker would be or something like that. That type of build, that type of stockier type of build. Women love that too because the guy looks strong. But what I'm talking about is that's not desirable is the kind of skinny fat, the kind of unhealthy looking, big, out of shape. So women, yes, they are more apt to engaging in short-term activity with a guy with the guy that's fit, that's solid, because they want at that time, and it depends on if they're ovulating or not too. This has been studied. If they're ovulating and they want to carry out their genes subconsciously, is what's going on. They're going to look for that guy that looks stronger. They're going to look for that guy that is a little more on a more assertive side. Meaning, if he sees her out and about, if they're in a club or a bar or a lounge or a restaurant, whatever, he's going to talk to her and he's going to be a little more assertive. He's going to have that assertiveness to him. He's going to have a little more attitude, just a little bit. And they're not overdoing it, but he's going to be, kind of assertive, and laid back at the same time. The thing about it is, guys that do well with women, they're kind of laid back. Remember when I said the guy that, and the first guy is kind of super accommodating, super apologetic, tries to be super, he's like trying to please her too much. This type of guy, the one that does the short term, yes, he is more assertive, but at the same time, he's kind of laid back. He might say one or two things that, walk the line of offensive, what you would call, but that's the appeal that he has. So anyway, with that being said, I hope this video helped, or I hope you found it entertaining. Peace.